Oh, hello! Today is the 12th of October, and as of today, I have been in London for an entire month. It is crazy. It's so hard to believe. I've been staying busy. That's why you've been getting a lot of videos of me out and about, rather than these kind. But I know I prefer the out and about kind. But I figured I would take a minute and sit down and kind of fill everybody in on what's been going on. I've made a core group of friends that I spend entirely way too much time with, partly because we all live together and most of us have the same classes together as well, so it's like we're always together. Thankfully they're all lovely people, so we seem to enjoy each other's company for the most part, I think. I hope. This week, my cousin's coming with her husband, and I'm thrilled. Can't guarantee that I won't cry when I see them, or when they leave, or whatever, but I'm so thrilled. And oddly enough, after her visit, it will mean the two visitors that I've had, I use that term loosely since the first one's a flight attendant, are both named Lauren. What are the odds? But regardless of names, I am happy to have any visitor, really. But my cousin and her husband are coming out this week, and then we have some exciting plans for the weekend. It's gonna be magnifique. And I'm just thrilled. School and classes started. This is our third week now, so 2 weeks ago I have classes, and I usually have at least a 2-hour break in between classes for lunch. Usually have 2 classes a day average, I think. I think. You'd think I'd know by now. Yeah. Well, no, apparently I'm wrong. Got about 3 classes a day. Each around 2 hours in length, and then there's a 2-hour break in between, and then I come back. Well, no. This is so confusing. This is so confusing. Okay, Mondays, I have 3 classes from 9:30 in the morning until 8:45 at night, but I do have a 4-hour break between the first and the second, and then a 2-hour break between the second and third, which is lovely. I'm currently in my 4-hour break right now, filming this for you. And thankfully I live a 5-minute, 10-minute walk from campus, so I'm able to come home and make myself food instead of having to continue to spend exorbitant amount of money on everything. Tuesdays is our news days, which is basically something that I did in my undergrad, where we do student broadcasts, and that's what we spend all day doing. We go out, find, film, write, edit stories together to go live at either 4:30 or 5. Not exactly sure yet. And then on Wednesdays, I spend all day at my work placement, which is part of the program that I'm in, which was one of the actual factors why I was like, I want to go to this school. And I have been so fortunate to have an amazing placement at the BBC. Yeah. It's a show called Click. It's a kind of like a fun technology show that's not boring and way over your head. It's fun. It's a learning experience. And I'm excited to see what comes of it, what challenges I have, what learning experiences I have. And I'm just so fortunate to have such an amazing place to start. And for that, I am eternally fortunate and grateful. So, knock on wood, fingers crossed, I don't flub it up big time. And then on Thursdays, I'm back in class. I have 2 classes that day, with a 2-hour break in between, like usual. And then Fridays is actually a pretty short day. I've got a 1-hour class in the morning, which is really just a news test, which I hate. I didn't like news quizzes, news tests in my undergrad, and I don't like them now. And also it's difficult because I don't have a TV in my room or a TV license, which is how you watch TV over here. We're kind of done by noons on Friday. This Friday is the first one in our thing that has an independent something in the evening, which I'm assuming means on your own, and it's not with a tutor or anything, but whatever, no big deal. So aside from classes, I stay quite busy during the week, which is nice because it really helps to stay busy and stay surrounded by friends and stuff to prevent homesickness. Last week we had rain for the first time in a while, actually, surprisingly. And I think that caused everybody to get a little homesick, in addition to all the other actual sicknesses we've been having and dealing with. But we're all good now. We're good. Yeah. It definitely helps having friends around and staying busy and staying in a mindset where I'm not sitting around thinking, oh, I wonder what Bogart's doing, or I miss Gracie, I would just love to bake some cookies with her. But I'm not going to dwell on that. My time here in London hasn't all been princes and castles and stuff. I'd say it's been about 95% really, really awesome. And I say 95 because about 3.5–4% of it's kind of sucking is the bank account. It's something I knew. I had been looking into this, planning this. I knew what bank I wanted to go to. I knew all this stuff. So I get here, get my student loan check, which is distributed in pound sterling, get my check, and then I'm like, okay, I can finally go to the bank account, set this up, get it ready, get it rolling. But what you do is, since I'm an international student applying for an international student account, I have to start my application online or over the phone, whichever, and then you have to set an appointment to go in to show them your passport, proof of residency, and proof of enrollment, all of which I have. But because I'm not the only international student and at any university in this city, the banks get backlogged with these appointments. And I was calling like 3 weeks ago, and their latest appointment, the next appointment was sometime this week or later. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. But they weren't. So I tried another bank. They never even got back to me about when there was an available appointment, because I also went into the branch and was like, what is going on? And they were like, oh, well, there's only this one bank that's handling all these student accounts, which is not the brightest idea, in my opinion. I don't know, I'm not a banker, but if you ask me, that's what I would say. So then I went to another bank, and I went in person, I filled it out. This bank is located in my school, so I was like, okay, yeah, you guys, come on, let's make it work. Fill out my stuff, hand it in. She goes, okay, thank you, come back in a week and your account will be open. A week. I was about ready to just go into a bank and just say, take my money, somebody please. See, now, when I came over here, I only brought a small amount of pounds with me because I thought I'll be able to get a bank account up and running in no time and I won't have to worry about it. But that's not the case. So if anybody is moving over here and wanting to open an account anytime in the school starting up time of year, just be prepared. So I ended up going with Third Bank because last week was the week since I opened it up. So it was open. So I was like, yes, finally I can deposit my student loan check. Go in, deposit my student loan check, and he goes, oh, it'll be about a week until your funds are available. I'm so glad. I intentionally got a credit card from home that has no international fees or conversion fees or whatever from going dollar to pound or pound to dollar and all that. Because, I mean, I would be doubling my costs. And I'm already absolutely petrified to look at my credit card statement because I'm terrified to know what it is. It won't be pretty. But whether I buy it now with my credit card or buy it later with my student loan funds, it's got to be paid back. So I just got to keep reminding myself that. And it'll be worth it in the end because, I mean, I'm buying food, which is a necessity. Aside from all the bank frustration, which had me very, very, very irritable a couple of times. The other, I believe 2.5% of why everything hasn't been great here is they don't do ice water. And I don't know if it's because I'm Southern and it's just so hot. I like my drinks really, 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 really cold. They don't do ice water. It's always just kind of like chilled water. But then 5 minutes later, it's room temperature, which, gross, but I've slowly adapted. But the other day I was at Nando's with my friends, and they have an ice dispenser with their water, and I had about 4 glasses of ice water because I was just like, yes, they have ice water. It's silly, the things that you get excited about when moving to a new country. Yeah, ice water. Who would have thought ice water would do it for me? So on a different note, kind of exciting, last night, as in Sunday night, the 11th of October, which won't be last night by the time you're watching this, was the premiere of The Walking Dead. And I don't watch the show, but I was in last night's episode. So that's pretty cool. So if you watch The Walking Dead, look for my zombified face and my long hair, because that was when I still had really long hair. It's nice to finally be able to be like, I was in this show, look at my face, because you can't see me. Secret's out. I'm in the premiere of season 6, episode 1. In other entertainment news, I have seen Prince Harry once, kind of, ish, and Wilson Kate. It's gonna sound really creepy, but I swear it wasn't. I was walking out of Kensington Gardens to go to High Street, Kensington to go see my old school and where I studied last time I was here. I was walking past Kensington Palace on my way out, and I noticed, being the journalist and observant person that I am, as I was walking past Kensington Palace, I saw a lot of movement in the backside. So I was like, I'm gonna hang around and see what's going down. So I did, and I'm glad I did, because then shortly after, the gate came up, and I was like, something's going on, something's happening here. When the gate comes up, and all the police cars come out, and then followed by 3 Range Rovers holding the royals. In other news, I've never walked as much in my life as I have since moving here. I got my Fitbit on every day, and I'm almost guaranteed to go over 10,000 steps every single day, which is awesome, because before I moved here, I was lucky if I got 2,000 steps, because I was that lazy. Whatever. Enjoying every bit of it, and there have been a couple times where I'm constantly always wearing these boots, and they have a little heel to them. A lot of the sidewalks and streets here are cobblestoney and uneven. Have been a couple times where I just went frump, but I saved myself. It was graceful, it was nice, so knock on wood, I don't jinx myself and just absolutely roll my ankle or snap my ankle or something, because that would not be good. When it comes to staying in touch with my family back home, it's been a little tricky because of the 5-hour time difference and just my class schedule. Usually about this time is almost 1 o'clock here, which means it's about 7 o'clock, about 8 o'clock in the morning there. So people are actually kind of up and moving. But usually around this time I have to go back to class around 2, so about 1:30 is when I'm heading back, so it gives a little time to talk, and it's hard to catch my mom when she's still at home, so really I can see Bogart, because really, come on. And then also with my sister and my niece, trying to figure out when they're both awake and my sister's not working, or, if I try at the end of the day, my end of the day is my niece's nap time, so it's just kind of like, So we just end up sending a lot of videos back and forth of talking to each other and stuff like that, which it's nice, and I'll take what I can get, whether it be with my niece, my mom, my dog, my family, anybody. Speaking of family, my brother has been totally awesome, and we have this remote access desktop thing set up, so whenever Georgia plays, I just log on to his computer, and then he plays it from there, and so I can watch the Bulldogs play. But so far, the 2 games I've tuned into have not been good games, so let's hope they turn that around. In other disappointing news, my microwave stopped working this morning. So I put in a request with my building saying, please come fix my microwave. So I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure that catches all of y'all up on what I've been doing, what I do on the usual, on the reg, and on the weekends. It's just kind of like, hey. I mean, if it were up to me, I would just kind of point at a map and be like, oh, that's where I'm going. But with other people, I have to be considerate of, hey, where does everybody else want to go? But thankfully, everybody's been pretty chill about where we go. But I'm really, really enjoying my time here. I'm anxious for my friends and my family to come visit because I'm just like, let me show you this awesome place. I'm sure that I will be updating you guys more and more as time progresses. Hopefully at least once a month. I'll strive to do at least once a month. I think that's a good plan, at least, at a minimum. Otherwise, I will definitely still be posting videos about my weekend explorations. Part of the reason I haven't done one of these in so long is because I'm never here. I'm always busy and doing stuff, and I love it. I love actually having a life. I hope everybody, wherever you are, is enjoying whatever you're doing. And thank you for tuning in. And I will talk to y'all later.